Hello YouTube, it's been a while. It's Chris here from Tiger Wolf. How are you doing today? I had to do a video because basically today is one of the happiest days ever. Look at this bad boy. It's the SNES Classic Edition. And for those of you who don't have one yet, I hope you get one. I hope you were able to get in line and get one of these. Nathan's actually in line, Wolf is actually in line right now as I make this video. Getting one of these great new SNES Classics, the miniature console. It's funny, you can see like here's a actual Super Famicom cart. Master of the Three Kingdoms 2. Look at how small this thing is. Tiny. Anyways, it's funny because I've been working on a mixtape for this in celebration. So what I'll do is I'll post a link to that in the video description below once I've got it. Anyways, yeah, this if you're looking for bang for buck, this thing is a must get. The NES Classic was an okay looking console just based on, you know, it looked pretty and everything, but they worked out a few of the kinks with this. So I'm gonna open it up here. But one of the main things that's good about this one is, you know, there's fewer games. You can see there's only like 20 games on this thing, and I'm sure a lot of you would rather be playing this today than hearing me talk about it. But you know, one of the things that's great about this console is like the game list is fantastic. There's basically nothing on here that is not worth playing. Whereas on the NES Classic, you had stuff like, you know, Ice Climber and stuff like that. That was just, you know, it's filler stuff. It's not a must play. So as I'm going to open this up, it's a very 90s day today. I was in line waiting for the NES or the SNES Classic Edition, and in the meantime they're playing like, you know, this crazy playing 90s music. So listening to like U2 in line and Mysterious Ways playing at that. So this is the reprint poster from the original SNES console. I had this back in the day, so this was a Christmas present years ago when I got the original Super Nintendo. You can see that it comes with a reprint of, well, not even a reprint actually. I guess this is new. They're using sort of the original design of the poster. Of like, here's all these games. Look at that! Isn't that amazing? Obviously featuring all the Nintendo first-party titles like Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Mario Kart. One of the things when you see a list of alphabetical games for this console, everything started with the word Super. Super everything. Super Metroid, Super Mario Kart, Super... Oh, okay, Star Fox. Okay, well, anyways, you get the point. The first few are on here. Have Super in the title. Go look at a list of Super Nintendo games released of the 800 and you'll see just how many. Here's this thing that everyone cares so much about. Whoop-de-doo. But look at this. In here, you've got your HDMI cable. Oh, actually, no, sorry, I lied. That wasn't even an HDMI cable. That was the controller. It's the worst unboxing video we've ever done. You can see I do all these all the time. There it is, the weird Wii port thing. Now, the nice thing about this is actually being able to use a legitimate Super Nintendo model controller, and this feels pretty darn similar. It's a little lighter than, it feels like at first glance feels a little bit lighter than the original Super Nintendo controllers, but it's still got the same sort of texture. You can feel that. It's pretty awesome. So these will be really handy for not just the SNES Classic, but also for worth it just as fantastic controllers for the Wii or the Wii U devices. You know, because those are super relevant today with everybody buying Switches. Anyways, so this is the thing we're waiting for right here. Here are the goods. Wow, there it is. Look at that. Look at that. Two beautiful consoles together. There they are, the 90s. So this is like the size of it for comparison. Here's the Model 2 Sega Genesis. You can see I can just sort of jam it in there, like right next to it. Takes up only a little bit of space. Pretty cool. I mean, look at that. Here's a box for an original, you know, an original Super Nintendo game. It's about the same thickness as a game box from back in the day. It's even smaller. Look at that. It's crazy. So, like I said, pretty cool. And then actually let's compare it to, we grab Super Mario Kart out of here. Here's a physical copy of Mario Kart. You can see how big that is. How big that is. Bloop. So for the size of a cartridge, there you go. Look at that thing. Look how small and compact that is. So yeah, there we go. My thinking is, got a nice little thing. You're going to a hotel room or something. You're going traveling. This is a great little device to bring with you, especially because of the fact that, you know, if you got something like the SD to SNES or something to be able to play, you know, translated ROMs and stuff, that's really cool. But it's still not going to be able to play this, whatchamacallit, the Super Effects games, right? You got a nice little reset button, feels like it used to do, with that nice springy reset feel to it. Obviously, eject doesn't do anything, so I can press really hard, but there's no cartridge slot. But the power switch also feels pretty similar to the original Super Nintendo, which is kind of fun. And this is the weird, I don't know if I'm super crazy about this design, to be honest. This part is, I think, a little janky, but look at that. Huh. I could use this box as a storage box. There. Who needs a Mario Kart box when you can just put it in a SNES Classic box? Here we go. Mario Kart, neat Mario Kart. But yeah, this controller port design thingy is a little bit like, I don't know. It's not ideal, is it? Yeah, I don't know. I'll get in there later. Point is, I just wanted to make a really quick video to say this is the console to get. Look at that. It's I haven't been this excited for a sort of a launch of something for a while, and this is it. This is the thing, and we'll link below. Anyways, we're going to link below to a post. I'm going to do a post on what I would say is the first games you need to play through on this device, out of this list of however many titles on here. So I'm going to start with that video or blog post first. I'll write a little write-up on these, and then yeah, like I said, I'll post a link below to our mixtape. So if you want to celebration of the SNES Classic launch, we're going to do a ranked list of our top games and a little mixtape of the best music from each of these games. I mean, one of the things that's best about this console is the music. It's absolutely the best. There's some fantastic soundtracks on here, like Super Castlevania 4 has an amazing soundtrack, Mario Kart does, Mario World has some great music, Link to the Past. I mean, even just, it's worth getting for the release of Yoshi's Island. It's basically for the first time having the original best version of Yoshi's Island re-released somewhere. But there you go, Final Fantasy 3, even Earthbound. Earthbound, buying this thing, if you want to buy a copy of Earthbound, it's going to cost you more than 2 of these. So you can buy 2 of these consoles for the price of buying a used copy of Earthbound. Now that said, I still think you guys should probably buy a real Super Nintendo, but if you just want to get your feet wet, $100, this is the way to go. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and let us know what you think of this console down in the comments below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What would you rate it? Anyways, let us know. This is Chris out. Thanks for watching. Bye, Sega. We love you too.